Hello everyone, it's Theme Park Avenue. I'm Eric with a brand new theme park battle. Today, Knott's Berry Farm is going against my home theme park, Busch Gardens Tampa. Before I get into the matchups, I'd like to ask that you subscribe to the channel. We've been growing a lot lately and the support has been really great. I'll continue to make these park battles and other videos, and as soon as they come out, you'll know if you hit the notification bell. The other thing I should note is that the thing connecting these parks for the battle is that they're both in big theme park hub areas, but they don't get quite as many visitors as the Disney parks in their area, or the Universal ones. And in my opinion, they are much better. But let's see which of these parks will come out on top, and stay tuned at the end to see who won my Busch Gardens Tampa versus Williamsburg battle. As usual, our first coaster matchup is the inverts. Silver Bullet at Knott's versus Montu at Busch Gardens Tampa. Silver Bullet is a pretty good ride, but in my opinion, Montu is one of the absolute best B&M inverts out there with the Batwing element, great intensity, and a really fantastic layout. So Busch Gardens Tampa earns the first point. Next up we have the largest launch coasters in the park, Accelerator versus Cheetah Hunt. And in my top 50 coasters list, these are literally right next to each other in the list. They are pretty much equal quality, but Cheetah Hunt comes out on top for a better layout and some better elements because it's a lot longer. The launch is better on Accelerator, but the overall ride, Cheetah Hunt wins. Now we have two other launch coasters that both go backwards at some point, Tigris versus Montezuma's Revenge. Some people will think I should put Scorpion at Busch Gardens against Montezuma's Revenge, but I don't see the point when I think it's better than Tigris as well. Tigris is good, but I think the Skyrocket 2s are kind of slow pacing and I don't like the cars and restraints, while Montezuma's Revenge is a very fun, simple ride, and I definitely think it deserves this point. Next up we have the spinning coasters, Sierra Sidewinder and Cobra's Curse. Both are themed to snakes, and in my opinion, Sidewinder is more intense and has a lot more spinning. But Cobra's Curse is really well themed and has a bigger layout, and I think it's overall the more fun, enjoyable coaster. So Busch Gardens gets another point. Now we have two Wild Mouse coasters, GhostRider versus Sand Serpent. And I don't think Sand Serpent is a very good Wild Mouse personally, but GhostRider is much smoother than most, and has a pretty good first drop. It is a bit slower, but it wins the point. Next up we have two coasters with very steep drops, Hangtime and Sheikra. Sheikra I personally think is the better coaster. I think dive coasters are underrated with great drops and some strong intense moments, and I thought Sheikra was a really good ride. Most will say Hangtime's better, but I think while the drop on Hangtime is great and some of the inversions have some really strong moments, I kind of thought the ride was a bit bumpy when I went on it. I know some will disagree, but I thought it wasn't super intense, but it was kind of rough. Maybe I just went at a bad time, being that it was in early spring, but I think Sheikra deserves the points. Now for two kiddie coasters, Timberline Twister and Air Grover. Both of these are some of the better kiddie coasters out there, honestly. And while I think Timberline Twister is very fun and unique, Air Grover is a much larger layout, so I think it deserves the point. However, I am now only giving half a point to kiddie coasters because I don't think they deserve full credit. Now we have two more large family coasters, Pony Express and Scorpion. And while Scorpion does have some intense moments and a good loop, I think Pony Express is much smoother, has a stronger layout, even has some solid airtime, better theming, and is not as rough. So I definitely think Pony Express is the better ride. Next up we're comparing the best coasters in the park. I am counting Iron Gwazi for purposes of this because it will open soon and has been ready for a while. It's tough to say with this category because GhostRider is my favorite wooden coaster and I absolutely love that ride. But all RMCs are in my top 10. Some are higher than GhostRider, and some are lower. I've only been on 4 RMCs, by the way. And Iron Gwazi is breaking all the records, so I think it'll probably be the better ride. But until I ride it for myself, I'm going to give each park a point because I think it'd be unfair to put it above GhostRider without knowing. Now for the extra coasters, Jaguar at Knott's Berry Farm and Kumba at Busch Gardens Tampa each get 1 point for the park. That means Busch Gardens leads by 2.5 points. Now we're going to move on to some other ride categories. Starting off these categories is Drop Towers, Supreme Scream and Falcon's Fury. Supreme Scream is a pretty good drop tower, but Falcon's Fury is the absolute best I've been on. It tilts you downward, the drop is fast, you're really high up. It's a really great drop tower and definitely deserving of this point. Next up is the flat rides. Knott's Berry Farm has Soul Spin and La Revolution. so it gets 2 points for those, and Busch Gardens gets 1 point for having the Phoenix. One thing that Busch Gardens has that not a ton do is a really good skyride system that takes you to one spot in the park and it actually travels pretty far and goes over the animal exhibits, so I think that is worthy of an extra point for the park. However, Knott's Berry Farm also gets a point for having carriage rides on authentic horse-drawn wagons that go around the Fiesta Village area, so they earn a point for that. Now for dark rides, Busch Gardens has none, but Knott's Berry Farm has 2. These are Voyage to the Iron Reef and Calico Mine Ride. They are both very good and both earn 1 point for the park. Now for water rides, Knott's Berry Farm is the well-known Timber Mountain Log Ride and it also has a River Rapids ride, while Busch Gardens Tampa has Stanley Falls Flume and Congo River Rapids. Each park earns 2 points for these. Next up, let's see which park has more rides that are not roller coasters. Knott's has 30, Busch Gardens has 18, so Knott's Berry Farm earns a point. One of the things Busch Gardens is most well known for is its African animal exhibits. You can see lions, elephants, giraffes, and a lot more. Busch Gardens definitely deserves a point for these many interesting animal attractions. Next up is shows. Let's see which park has better shows. Knott's Berry Farm has some good western ones, but Busch Gardens Tampa is well known for some of its ice skating shows and has award-winning ones such as Iceploration and Turn It Up. So Busch Gardens will be winning this point. Now for food. As Busch Gardens is my home park, I have a lot of experience with their food. I love their pretzels, and most of their restaurants have some really good options. However, Knott's Berry Farm is pretty much most well known for its fried chicken. So Knott's Berry Farm is definitely better received when it comes to food, and it deserves the point. Now for a park appearance. Busch Gardens Tampa has some nice African buildings at the entrance and some good theming overall. The Egypt area does have plenty. But Knott's Berry Farm does a really good job in the ghost town, the boardwalk, and the Fiesta Village, where even the restaurants are themed to it and does a really good job with that. So Knott's Berry Farm earns the point, thus taking the lead. Next up is park layout. I think both of these parks have very good ones. As you can see in the Knott's Berry Farm map, there are plenty of paths to get from place to place. However, I think the way Busch Gardens is laid out with a large loop and some shortcuts through certain places make it very easy to access parks, but even easier than Knott's to plan your route around, because the roller coasters are each in their own sort of area, but it's all along a loop, so there's only one path you have to go on, kind of like the Universal parks. So I think Busch Gardens has a better layout. Maybe that's because I know it a lot better, but I think Busch Gardens Tampa deserves this point. Now for operating season, which park is open for more days and therefore you can visit more? These are both in very sunny places, so they have year-round schedules. There may be some winter days when they're not open. I believe Christmas Day both of them are open. And I don't know exactly because it's kind of hard to find calendars these days, but both of them will earn a point. Now for prices, let's see which park is cheaper to go to. Knott's Berry Farm has a day ticket price of $80, this is as of a little while ago, and Busch Gardens Tampa has a day price of $95. Based on these numbers, Knott's Berry Farm wins, taking the lead again. Now for the final category, operations. Winner takes all. Knott's Berry Farm has some good operations. I think GhostRider, Silver Bullet, and Accelerator can be pretty well run. That said, they have some pretty slow ones at times. Things like Jaguar can be really slow, from personal experience. Montezuma's Revenge doesn't have great loading in my opinion. And you would see in Coaster Studios videos that he has talked about Knott's Berry Farm operations just being decent and not really great. Busch Gardens Tampa, however, has some very good operations. They can be kind of slow on the Wild Mouse, but other than that, they do a really good job. The B&Ms run really fast, Tigris runs really well. I think Busch Gardens deserves the final point. And that means our winner is Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. Congratulations, you won by a half point. That is the closest matchup I have had besides a tiebreaker, which, by the way, Busch Gardens Tampa, I should announce that by a total of 2 votes, 10-8, you beat Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Good job on that. You are the overall winner of this battle, and you have won 2 in incredibly close matches. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do not be upset if you were supporting Knott's Berry Farm the whole way through. It was an incredibly close matchup, and it could have gone either way. Do know it's just my opinion. It's not the definite winner. It was only a half-point difference. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more content. I'll see you next time.